As always, we'll tell you the good, the bad and the ugly when it comes to the day in coronavirus. But I promise there's other stuff to talk about. We're not going to obsess about the virus all day, every day. It's not going to be 2 hours of Rona chat every night. So I'll make this one nice and quick. There was a light moment today where people got very excited because amongst all the doom, gloom, fear and Delta Force stuff, people giggled like teenagers. Why? Because the police commissioner said this about people who have been fined for breaching coronavirus restrictions because they decided to sunbake in the nude.
Unbelievably, we saw two men sunbaking naked on a beach in the south coast. They were startled by a deer, ran into the National Park and got lost. Not only did they require assistance from SES and police to rescue them, they also both received a ticket for $1,000.
Naked men. Do you reckon the deer was the one who was doing the startling or might have been startled at the sight of a couple of blokes in their birthday suits? Now, this would be almost one of the funnier things that I have seen when it comes to the things we get told about policing of coronavirus restrictions. But it doesn't beat what, of course, happened on the Gold Coast when they decided to treat a couple of kids drinking on the top of a rooftop as if they were active shooters. Remember this from last year?
This is the police to the three people sitting on the building rooftop. Yes, we can see you, one with a hoodie in the middle with your cold drinks. The building is surrounded by police. We need you to return to the ground floor. Return to the bottom immediately, please. Put your hand out to your right-hand side so I know you understand. Put your hand out to the right.
Step away from the water bottle. Step away from the water bottle. That's why it's good. Made me laugh. Not a lot did today. As for the bad, can you believe, despite the fact that there are about 5 million people who can't leave their home in and around Sydney right now, that power is about to be cut to lots of people's houses on purpose? Ausgrid has made the decision that they are going to cut people's power in parts of Sydney during the lockdown because, you know, we have to do work on the electricity system. While the electricity distributor has acknowledged the inconvenience of the outages, it has warned that failures to do the critical work could lead to longer delays later. Apparently the suburbs that are affected, Sydney, Waverley, Paddington, St Peters, Darlinghurst, Newtown. Ausgrid has contacted the affected residents in writing about their planned outages, how's this, that will go between 4 and 27 hours. So not only can you not leave your house, you can't sunbake in the nude for exercise, they're going to turn the power off because we're the government and the government is the government. Follow the science, keeping us safe. Oh yeah, and as for the ugly, John Fain is a bloke who used to work on taxpayer radio in Melbourne, and he's got quite a poison pen when it comes to anyone who dares attack his beloved Daniel Andrews. And he decided to write an opinion piece for The Age, like he regularly does on the weekend. Let me read this to you, though. I sincerely hope that no one gets sick and no one dies, but gee, there, being New South Wales, 2-week lockdown will prick their self-righteous balloon and put an end to the condescending nonsense that's been raining down on Victorians for months, says John Fain. The condescending nonsense that, of course, meant that we demanded accountability for a government that decided not to have members of the ADF guarding hotels like they have in other parts of the country, that has worked. The incompetence of the government that you so blindly defend that led to the deaths of 900 people. This, by the way, is the bloke who was handpicked by the government to do an interview with Daniel Andrews about what really happened when it came to his back. This was eventually rejected by the ABC because it didn't meet their standards of objectivity. You know, the media tour that included the real estate style production ads that we got out of Chairman Dan just yesterday.
I knew I was in trouble. I didn't really connect with the step. It just slid straight off. And then all I could hear was just this almighty crunch.
We were looking at each other and I was thinking, you're going to die.
The good, the bad, the ugly when it comes to the day of the Rona.